Oh, this feels great. Hey everybody, I am home. Back home in Grove City, Minnesota. Another long 2 weeks of trucking. That was good, but God was with me through all the ups and downs, but I'm glad I'm home. Took a load from Minnesota to California, and then California to Washington, and then Washington back to Minnesota. Friday evening, July 16th. Summer is officially half over in Minnesota. And I'm glad, because it's not my favorite season. Just too hot, too humid, too many mosquitoes and bugs and critters, but trying to enjoy every season, enjoy the outdoors in every season. And yeah, feels good to be in the hammock. So I'm going to do a little hammock camp out close to home. And I'll show you just how close I am in a little bit. But I'm going to set up a little camp here. Hang out for the evening. I'm actually going to sleep out here tonight. And yeah, just enjoy some time in the hammock, a little camp out, and enjoy the evening and the night. And I'm not going to talk a lot, but I'm just going to enjoy it. And yeah, I'll share it with y'all. It's hot. It's about 85 or so, but it's going to cool off to about 60 tonight, so that should be kind of nice. And there's a little breeze. Hopefully there'll be a little more of a breeze later. Yeah, I'm going to do a few things out here and just enjoy the evening. And yeah.
this before. I remember how. Alright. It's all part of the fun.
Well, took me a bit, but I got the bug net on. A couple of books I'm going to read tonight. Kind of a fun one. I actually got this, and well, I was at a gift shop in Georgetown, Colorado on I-70. I've kind of skimmed through it a little bit, but I'm going to read more of it, and it's kind of neat, kind of funny and interesting, different things about how to stay alive in the woods. And Minnesota trivia book. It's kind of fun to read. Just some fun reading, interesting reading. You know, I like to read, you know, books. I love reading. Sometimes, you know, like, just, you know, one of my favorite authors is Richard Paul Evans. I like his books. They're kind of a lot of Christmas theme and inspirational stories. I just love his books, and a lot of books. I love reading books about people on walks and trails, you know, through life and real trails. And yeah, I just like to read, and I like to read history and different things. Sometimes it's just fun to read fun books, you know, kind of like bathroom reading books. I've never read when I was in the bathroom. I just go in and get it done and get out, but some people read in the bathroom. But anyway. Yeah, that'll work. It's comfy. Again, it's not an expensive hammock, but it works for us, and it's really comfy, and we like it, and we have fun with it, and you know. And I'm not a professional hammocker. Maybe should have like a what do you call it? A zip line? No, not a zip line. Forgot the name of it. It's that line you put across, and it helps you adjust your hammock, and then you can hang stuff from it too. Because I need like a shelf in there, something to hang things on. I have one little hook, so I hang that light on in there. And did I do it inside out? Because I think the bag was in the inside last time, and I used that to put my book in my phone. Maybe not. Anyway, it'll work. Yeah. Now I'm going to do, so that's all set for sleeping tonight. Now I'm going to do a few more things just to make the camp a little more comfy and usable. Okay, so what the heck am I doing, huh? Well, I'm not putting a tarp above my hammock like most people do. I'm putting one below it. Why, you ask? Well, there is 0 chance of rain tonight, so I know I don't need one above me. And I want to be able to see the stars tonight. But I do want one below me, and I know it's kind of silly. Again, I'm kind of a wimpy outdoorsman. In the middle of the night, I don't want to get out if I have to go to the bathroom or get a drink or something. I don't want to step onto the grass, the dirt, creepy crawlies in summertime, you know. So I just have a little tarp under me just to have a little camp area under my hammock. I know it's silly, but you know, I know there's grass around and dirt and the critters, but at least a little bit of clean underneath. I know it's kind of silly, but it's what I do. So I know you're wondering what this is. I'll let you know in just a minute. So, what is that thing I just put in the ground? Well, I don't know what you call it. I'm calling it a mini hammock end table. Yeah, I seen them in one of Shug's videos, and then some other people had them. It's just a tiny little table. They're usually aluminum, a little bit bigger than what I have, on a rod, and I think it screws on a rod, and you put it in the ground. Just a tiny little table, so you can sit in your hammock and you can have a cup of coffee outside your hammock. You can set your phone on there. You can cook on it, whatever. And they're anywhere from $30 to $80 I've seen online. Absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, if you want to buy them, that's fine. And if you have the money. But if I can, I like to make things. So I bought a steel rod for $5. And I had a scrap piece of maple. I cut the piece of maple 5 by 5, sanded the edges, drilled a hole in the bottom. That's perfect for the rod. And it almost snaps in there. It's so tight. I mean, it's maybe $1 worth of maple, maybe $2. Let's say $2. $7. And I think it's going to work great. Better than $30 to $80. Just my little thing. So, and I'm going to use it. I'm not going to cook a meal tonight. I'm just going to have some snacks out here, and I am going to make some chai tea. I love my coffee, but not in the evening or at night. But I love chai tea. I don't like other kinds of teas. Well, I like cold tea, but other kinds of hot teas, they're okay. But I really like chai tea. It's more like hot chocolate kind of thing. So, but I like my chai. So I'm going to use my little cook stove and boil some water and make a chai tea later on that. So I'll show you that too. Oh, camp chair. Kind of a, you know, I'm kind of having a little, bringing some extra things on this little hammock camp out tonight. Something you wouldn't take a lot of this stuff in a backpack. You could. There's smaller camp chairs, and this little hammock end table you could actually break down. You could actually, you know, have it in your pack. The rod is probably weighs a pound or so, but it's skinny. It could go on the side of a pack or something. But yeah, just kind of making it comfy and cozy, and kind of a neat little hammock set up tonight. And then I have my carving kit with me, and I'm going to carve a spoon in a little bit too. So. And no, this isn't glamping. I am camping. I just have a few luxuries. Oh, there's my little hammock camping, camp out little setup for tonight. I'm gonna go for a little walk here and show you the scenery around here. And yeah, you know, you don't have to. I mean, if you can go up north or go way out in the woods, out in the wilderness, and you know, that's wonderful. But you don't have to. I mean, even close to home. I mean, could have maybe have a county park or state park or just a little woods area where you can go hiking or, you know, camp out. Grasshoppers jumping all over here. But yeah, you know, it doesn't have to be way out to enjoy time in the outdoors. Pardon my ugly feet. Got my sandals on. Yeah, they're big, they're extremely flat, and they're ugly. Okay, enough of my feet, huh? So, if you haven't already guessed, my little hammock camp out. It's in our front yard. There's our house. There's my pickup. There's my big truck. My wife's at work. She's working this evening. But it's still nice. Okay, again, I'm kind of a wimp. I'm not ready to camp out in the woods. It's a little scary in our yard. So I did this. I slept in the hammock last fall. Oh, it was gorgeous then. I was like, went down to like 40, 45. Be a little warmer at night, but it'll still be nice. But it was fun. But it was a little scary because it was kind of dark, and I heard things in the corn. It was funny. But we got a big light here in our yard, so it wasn't totally dark. But it was still fun. But yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy this. You know, someday maybe I'll go out in the woods. Probably with my wife, we'll do a camp out at probably a state park nearby or something for our first overnight or something. I don't know. When it's cooler and no bugs and critters and stuff. But it's fun just doing it in your own yard too. So do what you can where you can. Yeah, so I'm camping out in our yard. We have, I mean, really, it is country. This is probably country, more wilderness, more in the woods, more in the outdoors than a lot of people can get to. I mean, even where they live. I mean, okay, this is our house, but, you know, we're 70 miles west of Minneapolis. We're 6 miles from a tiny town. We're out in the country. We're on 2 acres. We have 2 acres is our property here. And there's little woods here, and there's cornfields and soybeans around. There's a lake right across the road from us, and it's beautiful and peaceful. We love it out here, and the birds. And I mean, we have raccoons like you wouldn't believe, and rabbits and deer that come right in the yard, and we can hear coyotes on the other side of the road. So it's the outdoors. So it's enough outdoors for me, and I can run in the house if I get real scared. And we'll see. I'm gonna try to make it all night. We'll see. Anyway, but yeah, I decided to let you know I'm in our yard, but it's still going to be fun. So I'm just going to take a little walk around our property here and just show you just, you know, some of the woodsy area. It can be in your own yard. And I know not everyone is blessed to have, you know, to live in the country. You know, it is a blessing, and I'm so thankful for where we are. And but I mean, again, to do what you can where you are, you know, enjoy the outdoors wherever you are. You know, whether it's in your own yard or, you know, nearby. But yeah, this is our backyard here. But we got like 2 acres, and it's, yeah, it's pretty. And along the northwest corner of our yard here, we got a little woodsy area here. Lots of different trees and wildlife. Now there's a combine or tractor or something in the field across the way. But other than that, it's pretty quiet and peaceful out here, and birds and wildlife. We have an abundance of birds here, and we just absolutely love it. Sit on our deck and have about 20 different kinds of birds, you know, cardinals and blue jays and robins and blackbirds and 2 or 3 different kinds of woodpeckers. And what do we got up here? I think it's a heron, I think. Looks pretty big. So, now, we got soybeans in the... So we have soybeans on the north side and the east side. We have corn on the west and south side. And it's just beautiful. I mean, I don't know. I think farmland, I think, is just beautiful. I really do. So it's kind of neat. We can enjoy the farm fields here, and yet, you know, we don't have to farm. We don't got to do the work of farm. This little corner here is where I did a little bushcraft setup here last year, but I didn't do much with it. I might do that again sometime. I was kind of getting into bushcrafting, but I'm not too much into it. A little bit. I think the carving spoons was the biggest thing I got out of it and learned from it. And see, this is the east side of our property. Kind of a nice walkway here along the trees, and I got a salt block out here and water, and I put food out here for deer. I got a trail cam there. But yeah, oh, we got so many birds and chickadees and finches and, oh, tons of hummingbirds. They're beautiful. And, you know, we can hear trumpeter swans and geese and pheasants and loons. There's herons and sandhill cranes and eagles. I mean, we've seen eagles right around here. I mean, a lot of people have traveled across country to, you know, see eagles, and we got them right here where we live. So now this is the front of our property here, and now we got a little grove of trees along the east side here too, and you know, we have a lot of pine and spruce, evergreen, box elder, which is one of my favorite for spoons, carving spoons, and we got maple and oak and poplar and ash. I gotta cut the grass. I've been gone 2 weeks. That's tomorrow morning's project, I think. Unless my wife wants to go fishing. We might do that first. The airplane up there. So yeah, this is the south side. We got corn over there too. And then can't really see it because, oh, there's weird flies flying around here. Again, summer's not my favorite time of year, but I'm gonna enjoy it. And I do have bug net. Lots of bug spray and a few different ways to get rid of mosquitoes. But hard to see, but there's a lake right there, and I know the corn's kind of high, so it's kind of hard to see it. But a lake right across the road from our house. And we got a bench in the corner here. And yeah, so that's our homestead. But yeah, you know, get out and enjoy the outdoors wherever you're at. Whatever you can do. No, the video's not done yet. Don't go away. Oh, this is probably going to be an hour video. Sorry. I'm going to do some stuff at my little hammock camp here. So, whew, warm. I think I'm going to carve a spoon. Okay. Yeah, it's warm. Whew. But it's nice. It's a beautiful day. Good night. Yeah, so I got a outdoor fogger. I sprayed my whole area here for bugs and mosquitoes and gnats and flies, and I got this little thing I bought today. It's about that big, and it's a, I don't know, electronic thing, I'm not sure, and it's supposed to repel mosquitoes within like 15 feet. No, 30 feet, I think. And I got another one. It's a little one. It's a fan, and that one does the same thing. That one I'm going to hang inside my hammock. Keep the bugs away, even though I have a bug net. And I'm hoping it's loud enough that might help me sleep, because I can't sleep if it's too quiet. It's just really hard for me. And I know there's noises at night, but I almost hope there's a good breeze tonight. That'll help. But the inconsistent noises of night I can't sleep to it. It's like noises in a house. So my whole life, since I was little, I slept with a fan. And if it's cold, I don't have the fan on me, but I still have it on for sound. I mean, most of the year, even winter, I mean, spring, summer, fall, and winter, I have the fan on me just for a little breeze, and I just sleep better with a fan. And the sound is really nice. So, yeah, there is that. So, I'm going to carve a spoon. But anyway, yeah, so I have, okay, I sprayed the whole area. I have two different things to keep the mosquitoes away. I have a bug net. I sprayed myself with bug spray. And I have a citronella, something like that, candle. I'm going to burn just for a little flickering light, and it'll help keep the bugs away. Jeez. So, yeah, I won't have any mosquitoes, but a bear is going to come out of the corn and eat me. I just know it. I just know it. Anyway, yeah, I was all over this week. I mean, from Minnesota to California to Washington and back, I was all over bear country. And I'm back in Minnesota. West central Minnesota, not really bear country. But we had a black bear in town 5 minutes from here last spring. Just walked through town. Kind of weird, so it could be. Anywho, I'm gonna carve a spoon. Okay, so I know I have some videos about carving spoons and stuff, but I'm just gonna briefly tell a little bit again. And I have this kind of neat roll tool kit here for just for spoon carving. It's just really kind of neat. So again, I've done lots of different kinds of woodworking. Scroll signs still one of my favorites, and I've done all kinds of other things. But about a year ago, through a bushcraft video, I seen somebody carving a spoon, and I think it was Mike Barton for Bushcraft Barton's, great guy, super channel, check him out. Anyway, I seen on his channel he was carving a spoon, and I got into spoon carving and making hiking sticks too.
just making things out of branches and, you know, natural branches and twigs and logs. I mean, mainly spoons. I mean, I've done some hiking sticks, but I only do it now unless somebody asks for one. But I love carving spoons. I've probably made, I bet I've made almost 200 now in the last year. And, you know, for last Christmas, this past Christmas, well, it's July 16th. We're closer to Christmas, this coming Christmas, than we are last Christmas. Just so you know. I'm just throwing it out there. Anyway, this past Christmas, you know, we gave spoons to, you know, everybody in the family and stuff, and then I started, you know, carving spoons and giving them to hikers and putting them on trails and stuff. It's just kind of fun. I just love to give spoons away. Anyway, I love carving spoons and giving them away, and it's just fun. There's really 4 tools you need for spoon carving, and there's all different ways to carve spoons, but, you know, the basic way, the main way, you basically need a saw. You can use a big saw, electric saw, powered saw, or whatever, or you can just have these fold-up ones. They work great. I have one in here. I actually have one in my backpack too. They're really cheap. I mean, you can get really expensive ones, but I just get the cheap ones, and they work great. But a saw to cut the branch, and then some kind of either a hatchet or machete. I use a machete to split the log and, you know, the branch or whatever you cut, and to get it ready to carve the spoon. I have this little it's actually got tools on it, and it's a little hatchet. I got it in my toolkit. It's just kind of neat. It's enough, you know. And then, so yeah, you need a saw to cut the branch, and then a hatchet or a machete to start, you know, to split the log, and then to start forming it into a spoon. Then you need a hook knife. It's just a straight knife bent and a hook. And this is what you use to cut the bowl part of the spoon, the round part, the scoop part. And then you need some kind of, I just have a Mora. Moras are less than 15 bucks, and they're super great knives. That's what I use to do all the carving. They have other little knives too. I have a couple little ones too. I don't really use them much, but so yeah, a saw to cut the branch, hatchet or machete to start forming it into a shape of a spoon. You know, a hook knife to do the bowl part of the spoon, and then a knife to do the detail carving of the spoon. And yeah, now I don't do it totally that way. I split it. I split the log and get it flat, but then instead of using a hatchet to get the basic shape of the spoon, I scroll saw it. Just because you can really get detailed, and I can do a whole bunch of them really quick. So I have a bin in the truck or in the shop or at home, wherever I am, of like 50 spoons that I've scroll sawed. So they're scroll sawed in the basic shape, and they're all ready to do the bowl part and to do the detail carving. So I just like to do that. It just saves time, and I can have a whole bunch of really cool designs and stuff, and I have them pre-cut ready to carve. I still do all the detail carving. So that's the way I do it. And I wear gloves just because, I mean, you don't have to. A lot of people don't, but I like to wear gloves because, I mean, if you slip and you're going to cut yourself really bad, why take a chance? Most people don't, but I like to wear gloves. I like to be safe. You should wear gloves, but that's up to you. I got one here, actually got a hole inside to tape the finger, but they last a long time. These are actually Kevlar gloves, so there's like metal in them. So, anywho, so I haven't figured out a way to videotape me carving a spoon really well, but let's see what I can do here. Okay, so I think, oh, this one might be not the one I wanted. Well, I can try it. So here's a pre-cut spoon. You know, it's just flat. It's just cut. You know, and I'm gonna do the bowl cut part and then do all the detail carving. And this is cherry, so cherry takes a little longer. It's a little harder, but turns out to be a really nice spoon. But I was gonna get one that was a little lighter wood, like birch or box elder, but this is what I grabbed, and it's cherry. So this is what I do first. So this is a hammock camping video, but you know, I don't know. I just think it's fun to do different little things at camp, and I love to carve, so I don't know. I think everybody should carve a spoon when they're hammock camping. It's just my point of view, but so then I'll do. I start going around the perimeter with the hook knife, and I just kind of go around the edge here and get a circle of what the bowl is going to look like. Don't take out big giant chunks. I don't think that's the best way to do it. I think it's better to just kind of go around and get a perimeter, take out a little bit at a time. Make sure your knives are sharp. I finally learned how to, well, honestly, I haven't done much knife sharpening. I just use a strop that I made. I mean, you can buy them, but nah. I just made mine. I scroll sawed a piece of wood, kind of a handle thing, you know. I took an old belt and I epoxied it, or no, I think I Gorilla Glued it down. The back side, not the smooth side of the leather, but have the rough side up. And then you put sharpening compound on here. And then you can, you just go like this. And it keeps it sharp. Now, it's a little harder to do that with a hook knife. There's all kinds of tricks and stuff, and I haven't learned that. But I learned how to sharpen it. To sharpen it, you know, the one way, and then kind of take the burr off the other side. And anyway, so I just use a strop on my knives for carving, and actually my pocket knives too. And they stay super sharp. I've never really had to use stones or any of that. I mean, maybe if I did a lot more, but carve a spoon here and there. I probably carve 10 or 20 spoons a week. I really do, because I give a lot away and stuff, and you know. But that's always been enough for me, just to strap them. But you want to keep your knife sharp. You know, it should sound like it's cutting through wood and not scraping, or you know, you don't want to be pushing really hard and it slips. Be really safe when you're carving. Carve away from you. I'm kind of carving a little bit toward me, but I also have my arms in and I'm controlled cuts. And what I'm kind of doing is I have it on here, and then I use my other thumb to kind of help push it through. Now it's kind of hard to see, kind of a different angle here, but I don't know, sometimes I see camping videos and even hammocking, and some people are like, oh, I'm bored, I think I'm going to go to bed early. I'll carve a spoon. I don't know. I think it's kind of neat to, you know, sit and do some carving while you're camping or hiking or hanging out in the woods. And to carve a spoon to use, kind of neat. I mean, yeah, I have some plastic ones too, but I don't use them very often. I mean, even in the truck I have a couple of spoons. I have a wood spoon I use for eating, and I have one for stirring coffee. It's just kind of neat to have a handmade, handcrafted wood spoon you made yourself and to use it. It's a neat item to craft, to make, and it's usable. It's useful. Yeah, it's a little harder because it's cherry. But it's going to be a nice spoon. I've done a few cherry ones and they're really pretty and solid. See how I'm gradually carving out the bowl? And it doesn't have to be very deep. You know, a lot of people when they're carving a spoon, they think it has to be super deep. Well, if it's a soup spoon or a scoop or a ladle, maybe, but a regular eating spoon, or even for coffee or just stirring things, well, look at your metal spoons. They're really shallow. They don't have a deep bowl in them. A spoon is basically just to get the food up to your mouth. You know, it's a fancy, it's a little fancier than chopsticks. You know, it's scoop it up and get it in your mouth. You don't have to. It doesn't have to hold a whole bunch and walk across the prairies with it or anything. Spoon carving, I think, is really enjoyable. It's a little work, but it's also really relaxing, I think. So yeah, you don't need a whole lot to get into carving spoons. You know, just a branch. You know, if you have branches on your property, or if you know somebody, or you can get some branches. Birch, I think, is the best. Box elder is really good too. It's pretty. But I've done cherry ones and walnut. I stay away from oak and super hard ones. I've done a couple maple. I don't do them too often. They're just harder to carve. Cherry is too, but it's pretty. I actually like alder. Alder is one of my favorites. It carves really easy, and yet it's solid, and it looks like cherry. So alder's a really good one too. Yeah, just a couple of knives and watch videos to start learning. I've pretty much, I watched a couple of videos at the beginning and I just kind of been teaching myself and learning, and I'm not a pro at it. But there, the bowl's pretty much done. Now I'll switch to my detail carver. Oh, I got tape on it. Oh, okay. Oh, good night. Not that again. Jeez. I got tape on it because it's, well, you know, those of you who've watched my scroll sign videos, I put tape on the back of cherry and maple and real hard woods because it cuts smoother. The tape on the back helps the scroll saw cut through and not burn or break the blades as often. So it's just a good thing. Good night. But yeah, my number 45 video, I think it is of me messing around with some really cheap tape, and it goes on for, it seems like days, but it's really only about 5 minutes. But yeah. So check that one out if you want to laugh. I laugh at myself. It's okay, you can laugh. So now I'm on the back side and I'm just tapering down the bowl. And just be careful, and I know sometimes I'm close to my legs. You have to be really careful. You want to have controlled cuts, not really pressure a lot. I put a little pressure on the ends, getting the ends done here. Let's make sure you're doing it away. Be careful. And I also do it this way sometimes too. Now, this might look dangerous, but it's not. And I've seen other people do this too. So I'm kind of doing it toward myself. But again, my arms are bent and my elbows are locked. So I'm just going like this. And just be careful. Watch what you're doing. This is actually more controlled than when I'm doing it this way. And it depends on what angle and what part you're doing. You know, there's different ways to cut. And again, I'm not a pro, so watch spoon carving videos. I got a bunch, but I'm not a pro. I'm learning still. Let's see how it's starting to come down to a taper, and I don't. Whoop! Hit the tripod there. I don't get them really thin. Some people do. I mean, some people spend hours and hours and hours and even days on spoons. I might spend an hour total on a spoon, from cutting the branch to scroll sign it, and then doing the bowl cut, doing the detail, doing the sanding. I hate sanding. And then putting oil on it. Maybe an hour total. So, but I like them. I mean, every single spoon I make is different and they're all unique. But I don't get them super thin and super light. I don't know. I guess, to me, it's okay if they're a little hefty. Not hefty, but a little thicker than metal ones or plastic ones, because they're wood. You know, it's okay, I think. I mean, I don't have them super thick. They're still thin enough where you can put it in your mouth. But I think I mean, in general, wood things, it's okay if they're a little thicker, heavier. So you can see the wood grain and the shape and the feel. Again, this is solid cherry. Pretty hard. Harder than a lot of other spoons I do. But I like to do a cherry one once in a while because they're really pretty. Okay. Getting close to being done on the bowl, the back of the bowl here. Sanding's the worst part in any wood project. Nobody likes sanding. So, but what I've been doing lately, I mean, I could spend an hour using a power sander and then hand sanding, get them super smooth and everything. But I haven't been doing that. I've been leaving them not rough, but just having some shape, if you know what I mean. I'm going to call that good. It's not perfect, but I like to have them a little imperfect, and each one's unique. So what I mean, see the back? So there's the bowl, the inside of it, and this is the back of the bowl. And it's actually pretty smooth, but it has those different angles. I think they call them facets. The different angles that I cut with the knife. And that's okay. It's actually smooth already. It really doesn't need to be sanded. But those facets give it some different angles. So I've been leaving those and not, you know, not making them incredibly smooth all the way around and taking off a lot more wood. I've been leaving more wood on. I sand the bowl, the interior of the bowl, really smooth because that goes in your mouth. I mean, the outside of the bowl does too, but I mean, okay. I'm actually almost done. Again, I scroll sawed the basic shape. And then I just take some wood off to make it unique and give it some character. Okay, so now I'm sweating. Besides that, now I'm going to just do some little detail stuff now. It's pretty much done. But I'm just gonna go like this. And then I like to go like this. I don't know if you can see this, but kind of take the edge off, those sharp corners. And, you know, when you start spoon carving, you kind of get the feel of it, and you kind of learn and get better at it, and what, you know, certain directions are good and certain directions aren't good. Some directions, like right there, I started to dig in too deep. So you turn around and go the other way. And then, yeah, so I'm just kind of taking the edges off and giving them some character and just different. I mean, again, every spoon is different, every single spoon, and it's not about being perfect, just make them nice and just make them different. All the different little angles, that's what makes them fun and unique and pretty. And I mean, I don't want any two of my spoons to look the same. That's no fun. It's like people. We're all different, we're all unique, and I'm glad, and I like all the different colors of people and from different countries and different walks of life, and they all have different interests and gifts and talents and skills, and I think it's wonderful that we're all different. You can actually go like this, kind of. That's kind of sanding too. So it's not real hard. It really isn't. I mean, yeah, you'd spend another half hour, 45 minutes if you completely carve the spoon. Again, I scroll saw the basic shape. It's just the way I like to do it. Get that part done, and then I spend more time on this. Yeah. So that's pretty much done. I think I have a little bit of sandpaper in my carving kit here. If I didn't, my shop's about 50 feet away. Now, there's benefits to camping in your own yard. Okay, so now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use, this is 60 grit, and I'm going to sand the bowl part, the interior of the bowl. I hate sanding, but it's just part of it. And then to just do the whole spoon, just kind of taking off any sharp edges, but I'm not getting it super smooth. I'm leaving some of the facets. I just think that's a neat way to do it. It still feels good in your mouth when you're eating or using it for a dip or scoop for coffee. It's still really nice. It doesn't have to be perfectly rounded, smooth, and all that. I don't think. I mean, you don't want to get a sliver, but I'm taking off enough so there's not slivers. Except for that combine over in the field, it's perfectly silent out here. It's just beautiful. Little breeze, birds singing. So I've been trying to make some shorter videos. More videos of just whatever I'm doing in life. But a little bit shorter ones. But every once in a while there'll be a longer one. That's okay too. I know some of you like to watch longer ones, and I like to make longer ones too. And again, I'm just enjoying life and making a video of it and sharing it with y'all. Okay, then take some 220. And that is it. And now I'm going to put some mineral oil on it. Just pure mineral oil. That's all I do. But I'm going to go get some paper towels so I don't get oil all over. You still there? Okay, so, you know, you can buy mineral oils like $1 for a bottle at the store. It's really cheap, and I think mineral oil is the best thing for spoons. It's food safe, it's good for the wood, and it's cheap, and it looks really nice. It makes the grain pop out of the wood. So I just got a little tiny container in my carving kit. So I have everything in my carving kit to carve spoon. Kind of neat. I have sandpaper in there, and you know. Whoa. Wanted to do this without making a big mess. I mean, it's just mineral oil, but I don't like to get it all over me because I don't want to touch the camera. But Then, so this is what it looks like. And then, put mineral oil on it. Look at that. Huh? Not pretty. And I usually do a few coats, you know, and coat it really good. And what's really kind of neat, you know, you carve a spoon, you need a little more. You know, you don't know exactly what it's going to look like until you do the oil. It's just like any wood project, you know. And you put the finish on, you know, whether it's stain or shellac or sealer or tung oil or Danish oil or mineral oil or anything, you know, whatever you're sealing or seasoning or just coating the wood with. What's neat about this isn't really finishing it, it's seasoning it, I guess. It's preserving it. It's natural. It's food safe. And it looks good. And it is good. Good for you, you know, it's food safe for eating, and it's good for the wood. And I know the lighting's kind of not the best here, but that, my friend, is a pretty spoon. And it's not perfect. See, I left some of the facets of the wood and little cuts and stuff. It's okay. But it's smooth. And you can put this in your mouth and eat with it. And it's small. It's a small spoon. But it's really a nice size. I like making these small ones because they're nice for hikers, for backpackers. Put it in your pack. You can carry it in your pocket. It's kind of weird, I know, but who carries a spoon in their pocket? But you never know. You might need a spoon. You know, even in the kitchen, just, for dips and for coffee and different things. They're just, yeah, I like the size and shape. Kind of a bigger bowl and a short handle. And, yeah, this is cherry, and isn't that pretty? I just carved it before your eyes. I know, yeah, I cut the branch, and I scroll sawed the basic shape earlier, but I did the bowl carving and the detail carving and the sanding and the finishing right now. So, yeah, kind of fun. I don't know. I just think it's kind of fun to, when you're camping, when you're hiking, when you're outdoors. Carve a spoon for yourself, for a gift. I don't know. I think that bird likes my spoon. Do you want it? Oh, you don't have a need for a spoon. Oh. Thanks, though. Yeah, you're welcome. I just say you're welcome. Anywho, okay. Yeah. What's next? I don't know. Just enjoy the evening, I think. I'm gonna have a snack. You know, snack here. Kind of brings back memories. A Pearson's Nut Goodie. Maple. Were they always maple? I thought they were just chocolate. Maybe this is a new kind. I don't know. Real milk chocolate, roasted peanuts, and maple. Nougat. Nougat? 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 You say nougat, I say nougat. You say potato, I say potato. You say tomato, I say tomato. Let's call the old thing off. The old thing off? The whole thing off. I don't know. So this was starting to melt, so I put it in the freezer like 3 hours ago. So probably gonna break a tooth here, but oh gosh. Oh. Mmm. 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 Actually perfect. Mmm. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good snack. You never have these? I used to have these when I was younger, when I was a kid. I mean, I'm still a big kid, but when I was a young kid. Good night. The nougat's frozen, or the nougat, or the nougat, or the nougat. It's actually pretty nice. It's cooling off a little bit. It's still warm. It's summer, but warmer than I like it. I like fall, but it's nice. It's a beautiful day. A little breeze. I think it'll be nice for sleeping. It'd be a little cooler without the bug net. And I can see the stars better. But I don't want mosquitoes, and I don't want spiders and creepy crawlies on me. Are you enjoying watching me eat? I know some of you do. Some people just like to watch a short video, get information, and move on. Some people like people for their personalities, and you know, they like to watch half-hour, 2-hour, 3-hour video of them just hanging out. I like to watch them when I have downtime, and I mean, I do other things. I do a lot of other things, you know. But again, YouTube is my TV. I don't watch TV really. But I like to watch watch YouTube and learn, and I just like to watch people enjoying life. You know, I like to enjoy life too, not just watch it. But oh yeah. I don't know if that's an Oreo. Might be. But yeah, I just like to watch videos like that. I don't know. That hit the spot. And it filled it too. So I got like 5 different ways I'm fighting the mosquitoes tonight. I've only used 2 so far, so I haven't seen any. It flies a little bit, but nothing's biting. It usually isn't bad till dark. I can never be outside in the dark in the summertime because the mosquitoes eat me alive, but as the sun's going down, I'm going to be in the hammock. I think I'm actually going to lay in there and read for a little bit now. And yeah, a little bit later I'll make a chai tea, videotape some more. I'll videotape when the sun's going down a little bit, and maybe some in the hammock later too, and then maybe some in the morning. So my nose was itching. Oh, this is nice. So, nice way to start my weekend, you know. My wife works, otherwise I'd be doing stuff with her, and you know, but she works second shift. She works till 11, so I thought I'm gonna have a hammock camp out tonight in our yard. Can you hear the birds? I know you can hear the combine across the way too, but there are lots of birds out here. So pretty. There was a cardinal a little bit ago. Again, we have numerous different kinds of birds here. We have a lot of bird feeders I made, and we bought some. We got them hanging. We got like 5 hummingbird feeders alone, and then a bunch with just that whole different kinds of seed, and we got some suet. Suet or suet? Suet or suet? I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm gonna go with suet. Anyway, suet is like, it's like nuts and peanut butter all kind of scrunched together in a square, and you put it in this whole hanger, and the birds like to eat it, especially the woodpeckers. But you know, we buy bird seed and suet and stuff, and hummingbird juice and stuff, but it's worth it. We love our birds, and we have an abundance of them, so we like to help them, keep them fed, and so they stay around. And even in the wintertime, we have birds here. It's so nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to put my trail cam over here facing me in the hammock tonight. See if anything comes around while I'm sleeping. Hopefully not. Anyway, I'm going to crawl in the hammock and read for a little bit here. Sounds like it is. Sounds like it's gonna snap. Pushing the limits on the weight. No, this is a 2-person, so I think it's rated at 400, and I'm only about 240. You see this little table here? Look at that. Is that pretty cool? I can put my water bottle on it. Hardest part about hammocks is getting situated. But once you are, they're incredibly comfy. Peek. Whoa, that was a close up. Okay, so I think it's time for some chai. So yeah, here's that little table I made. Incredibly simple. Again, these are really expensive if you buy them. But this is just a metal dowel, or it's aluminum. And I think it's 3 feet long. So I got it in the ground about a foot. So it's really solid. A 5x5 inch piece of maple. You can use pine or anything, and I just drilled a hole in it. And it's deep enough so that when you put it on, it's really solid. Pretty cool. So, I'm just going to use a real simple Supercat Fancy Feast stove. This is the coolest thing. So this is made from a Fancy Feast cat food can. You just take the label off, take a hole punch and punch holes around it. 2 layers, you know, toward the top. You don't want to do it on the bottom because you're going to put alcohol in there. And it's a stove. It's a real stove. And it's 46 cents. And it's free, really, if you give the cat food to your cat. So it's a free can. It's just the coolest thing. And it's incredibly cheap. It's simple. It's safe. It's light. I just think it's the coolest way to cook something. I don't know. There's all different kinds of little stoves you can buy and even other ones you can make. But I think this is the best one. It's the coolest one for backpacking. You know, camping, whatever. So what I'm going to do is put a little alcohol in here. I think it's isopropyl alcohol. I think that's what it's called. It's heat, you know, in the yellow can. That's all it is. Put a little bit in here. And it's just the coolest thing. It really is. I think it's so cool. And I have just a little pot here, and it sits on here nice. Just like that. I'm going to light it here. I think it's lit. Yep. You can't really see it during the daylight, but at night, there's there's blue flame comes out the holes. It's just, I don't know, just the coolest thing. Kind of give it a minute to kind of prime or whatever. And I just have a little pot here. I'm going to put some water in. And it only takes a few minutes to boil water. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, gotta take these things out, otherwise I'm not going to be able to grab it because it's hot. If it was darker, you could see. Kind of hard to see it, but there's a flame coming out the holes, and it's heating the pot. It's really cool how it works. It's actually a little burner, like on a stove. It's actually a stove. It actually works. Pretty cool. It's getting hot. It's not boiling yet. It doesn't have to really be boiling just for chai, but yeah, it didn't, very hot. Didn't quite come to a boil. I don't think I put quite enough alcohol in there, but it's done. Look at that. The alcohol burns away. It's already cool. It was only a few minutes. Is that cool or what? It's just the coolest thing, I think. Got a new cup. Got that in a truck stop somewhere. I don't know, out in Montana, I think. Is that cool? Distressed, refreshed, inspired, hiking. That's what I'm talking about. There's some chai tea. Of course, I'm going to use a wood spoon. This is a different one, a little bit longer. Oof, it's hot. Metal cup. I think it's just so cool to use a wood spoon. And one that I made. This one was, I actually made this one for my wife. It was sitting by her coffee pot inside. But this one's box elder. Isn't that pretty? It's kind of whitish with kind of red streaks through it. It's hot. Smells good. Yeah, I love my coffee, but I try not to drink coffee after noon. I mean, I start drinking coffee about 5, 6 in the morning, and you know, have 2 or 3 cups when I'm trucking in the morning. If I'm home, I'll drink it longer in the day. You know, just doing stuff at home and enjoying being at home and drink coffee more. But in general, I try not to drink coffee too much after noon. The rest of the day. But in the evening, a chai is good. Oh, that's good. And chai tea and coffee is so much better when it's cooler. You know, the cooler times of the year, but it's still good. And it is starting to cool off. The breeze kind of stopped, but hopefully it'll pick up again. It'd be nice to have a breeze tonight, especially in the bug net, because that kind of, it's a little warmer with the bug net on. I'm probably just going to sleep on top of my sleeping bag. But yeah, reading for a while and just enjoying. I'm not gonna lie, I went in the house for a little bit because I can. It's right here, but I am enjoying this out here, and I am gonna sleep in here. Someday I will go out in the woods. I don't know if I'll ever go out in the woods. You know, a state park. You know, with my wife. I don't know if I want to do it alone. Watch these videos of guys out there and girls. You know, pitch black in the dark, way out in the woods by yourself. Oh. Never mind all the creepy critters and animals, but oh, just being alone in the dark, way out there. I just, no, I don't want to do that. It just doesn't sound fun, actually. But with my wife, it'd be fun. And what I want to do, and again, I love hiking. I love doing short hikes. You know, when I'm out trucking and I get a chance to do it around the country, and when I'm home with my wife and we get to do our hikes, we just love it. I like that. And I can see day camping like this. I mean, it doesn't take no time at all to set up a hammock in a little area just to putz and just to hang out and camp and do stuff. You know, I can see that. You know, going to the state park and set up camp and, you know, have a bonfire and make food outside and maybe go swimming and fishing, go for a hike, you know, and then sleep in hammocks, you know, or not sleep overnight, but just take a nap in a hammock, lay in the hammock and read or whatever, and then pack it up and go home before dark. I like the idea of that better. Again, you know, when I was younger, I camped a lot with my dad. He had a pop-up camper for years, and then he had a pickup camper, and that was always fun. And then, you know, when I got older, for years, my older teenage years and young adult years, I didn't do much camping or hiking for that matter. But then when I got married and had kids, and then, you know, we had a cabin tent for a while. We had an old pop-up tent for a while, and like a little camper, and did that for years, and that was fun. Mostly at campgrounds. I'll never sleep on the ground again. I just don't see any reason for that or any joy in that. But a hammock, that's off the ground, in the air, swinging, a breeze. I like hammocks. And I want to, you know, do more. You know, like we go on a little hike, bring the hammock and just put it up for 15, 20 minutes, half hour, and just sit in it, lay in it. In the fall, when it's in the 40s, 50s, oh, cool and crisp, no bugs. Yeah. But overnight and camping, not too much anymore. I like the day stuff. But it would be neat to do some day camping where you set up a little camp like this and, you know, spend the day and then go home. Your comforts of home. The sound of the combine is gone. I think he moved on or quit for the day. So now you can hear the birds more. And as the sun starts to set, you can hear loons and trumpeter swans and geese and pheasants and mourning doves. You can hear a lot of those as the sun starts to set and it gets in closer to evening. In the mornings too. Oh, good chai. You ever just close your eyes and listen? Because we have our eyes open. I mean, I like to see. I'd love to see. My worst nightmare is going blind. I love to see the beauty of the world and people I love. And so seeing is wonderful too. But hearing is wonderful too. You know, all our senses are wonderful. But sometimes if you just close your eyes and listen, because sometimes we're distracted when we see. So if you just close your eyes and listen sometimes. Yeah. I changed my shorts. I got my wild Hawaiian swimsuit on actually now. I'm going to sleep in this. You gotta love it. But yeah, that little table is pretty cool. Aluminum rod and a piece of wood. Works great. You know, you can put little hooks on it to hold spoon or hold different things on it. It's like a mini camp table. And yeah, I poked a hole through the tarp to put it through the ground just because it's a cheap tarp and it's okay. I'm not going to use it to cover. I got another one to cover the hammock. It's just for the ground, but I just poked it through and, you know, it's like a little end table for a hammock. Sometimes all you need. I mean, I just had my little alcohol stove on there. I mean, it was enough. Held it good and oh, good. You got to be quiet for a while, and then the birds start singing more, and I'm always talking, so see if I can be quiet for 5 minutes and see if any new ones sing for us or talk, whatever they're doing. in the mornings, oh, it's just noisy with beautiful birds. Every bird you can think of just singing and chirping and talking. And hey, Stripes, what are you doing? You leave those chipmunks alone. We got an outside cat, Stripes. She's been getting the chipmunks. I love chipmunks. They're so cute. We don't have many around, and she keeps getting them. Or the birds. We feed you good. You don't got to get them guys. Cats. I heard somebody, who was it? Somebody was talking about the difference between cats and dogs, and you know, and they're both nice, you know, but I'm not crazy about cats. I love dogs, but people are always making jokes about it, and somebody was saying, you know, and you ask a dog something, you know, it's, you know, like you ask if you want to sit in my lap, you know, or want to go for a walk, and the dog's like, yeah, you know, well, he said yes. But a cat, they're more to themselves. They're moody and finicky, and you know, ask a cat if they want to do something, they're like, no, meow. They say no. Yeah. So, pretty sure I just scared all the birds away. Well, turn the video off for a little bit, and I might put it on the sun as it's setting, or just the birds, and go for a walk or something. And as the sun's starting to settle, I'm going to climb into the hammock and read for a while and just enjoy and get some slumber. I got up really early I didn't sleep real good last night. My truck kept shutting off. It's on an opt idle thing. It's supposed to, you set the temperature and then it starts and stops, and it quit a couple times and it won't come back on, so I had to get up, restart it, get the AC going again. And I was like, I didn't sleep real good, and I got up real early. So I'm probably going to sleep good tonight, and I sleep good in the hammock. Yep. Gotta love it. Well, I'm in the hammock. The sun is pretty much down. It'll be getting dark soon. Yeah. I would say my favorite season is fall. Winter is my second, spring is my third, and summer is last. My least favorite, because it's just so hot and humid and buggy, and it's not refreshing like the other seasons. You know, yeah. Anyway, try to enjoy every season, and I just wish I didn't have to have the bug net on, and I maybe wouldn't have to, but mosquitoes eat me alive and ruin everything. This is the only way I could be out here. If I didn't have the bug net on, I'd have a better view of the stars and the moon. And I'd have a breeze more, because the bug net kind of cuts down the breeze, and it's like blurry looking through it, but that's okay. And I got my 5 my 5 forms of mosquito. I mean, I sprayed myself, I sprayed the ground. I have a candle burning out here. I have this fan thing, which is nice. It has a sound. I don't know if it's loud enough, but it'll help me sleep. And then I got another one down there by my chair. They're repellent things, and there's probably not going to be a mosquito for miles away. It's like, I'm comfy. This is fun. It'd be really nice if there'd be a nice breeze, so that would help. But we'll see. I'll read some more here. How to stay alive in the woods. It's interesting and actually kind of funny to some of the things. Anywho. And I got a flashlight hanging up here. And I got a light hanging there. And oh, I don't have my bear bells or my whistle. That's what I did last time. Gotta love it. I did go get my whistle. That's so weird. You know, 5 forms of mosquito repellent. Spray on the ground, spray on me, a candle, that thing over there's making noise, and this thing making noise. I probably could take the bug net off, but nah. I like the protection. Anywho, yeah, we got a light on in the yard here, and I got a light on the porch. Candle, 2 flashlights in here. Moon shining. I'm still scared. It's fun. I'm just such a wimpy outdoorsman. I'm hearing things in the corn. That's what happened last year when I did this. I was hearing things in the corn. I'm pretty sure it was just the corn. Anywho, well, you can't see me, but whoa, there. Anyway, I just wanted to say goodnight, and we'll see you in the morning. Jeez. Time to wake up. Good morning, y'all. Oh, good coffee. No, I didn't make it all night in the hammock. It was just too hot and too quiet. Now, I made it till about 11 o'clock last night. So almost all night, technically. But it was fun anyway. You know, a couple things. If it's too hot, it's just not enjoyable and comfortable. If I would have had a breeze, it did cool off. It's really nice now. It's about 60 now. Cooled off nice. It's a beautiful morning. So towards the morning it would have been okay, but it was still hot, you know. 11 o'clock last night, it was still warm in here. There was no breeze. If it would have been a little cooler, if there would have been a nice breeze, and not so quiet, the breeze would have made it not quiet. So, but yeah, I think I'll stick to just fall camping overnight anyway. Yeah, and I don't know that maybe I'm not a big overnight in the hammock guy. I don't know. I'm a wimp. The dark and the noises. But I do love hiking. I do love laying in a hammock, setting up camp, doing things around camp, and enjoying outdoors. It doesn't have to be overnight. I think I want to do more when I go on a hike. I almost always have my hammock in my pack when I have my big pack. But I could take my, even with the small day pack, I could take my hammock and, you know, if there's a couple of trees, you know, just off trail or something, or even at a rest area, hang up my hammock for a little bit and lay in it and enjoy it, and then pack it up and move on. I think that's the kind of hammocker I am. It's a beautiful morning. I don't remember the rest of the words. Oh, good, strong, dark roast coffee. Yeah. A cool morning. Oh, I forgot my pistachios. Well, I think I'll go sit up on the deck in a little bit here and have pistachios, coffee, and devotions, and enjoy the birds. Yeah, this was fun though. Hanging out, reading in the hammock, and carving a spoon, and making some chai tea, and listening to things in the corn. We have these downy woodpeckers. They're white and black. They're so pretty. I have tons of them. We have the downy woodpeckers, those red-headed ones. I'm not sure what they're called. A lot of woodpeckers. A lot of blue jays, finches, orioles, hummingbirds, chickadees, wrens, red-winged blackbirds, mourning doves, a bunch of other ones. I'm not sure what they're called. We love our birds. They're fun to watch and nice to listen to. Well, thanks so much for watching. Again, if you like my videos, watch more. What am I at? 440? That's crazy. And I got lots of playlists if you want to watch this one thing, you know, woodworking or hiking or canoeing or, you know, things with my wife, things with my kids, trucking, teaching, me just being weird. I got tons more videos if you want to watch them, if you like them. And if you like my videos and you like my channel, please subscribe and click the bell, because then you'll get a ding on your phone when I make a new video. You ever just smell coffee? I mean, I love the taste of coffee, but it smells so good too. And we don't take the time to just smell it. And just, it's like stop and smell the roses and the flowers and the mushrooms. And I don't think mushrooms smell, but you know, I mean, but yeah, just cherish every day, folks. Make the most of every opportunity. You know, share your life with others, help others, make a difference in the world, and live life fully, and smell your coffee. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.